In the beginning of a relationship, most relationships have tremendous passion, whether that's sexual or otherwise. You just can't wait to see that other person. You can't wait to be with them. But in time, what happens is naturally the passion begins to wane a little bit. So there has to be ways to keep that passion alive. And one of the best ways to keep the passion alive in a relationship is to be a passionate person in yourself. You have to have a passionate life. We think that once we have a partner, then, wow, everything's hunky-dory and we're happy. And we often let go of the things in our own life that we're passionate about. I worked with a couple, and the husband used to love playing tennis. And the wife says, I don't want you to play tennis. I want you to spend time with me because you're all into this tennis thing. So he eventually said, okay, I'll give up tennis. And he gave it up. He didn't have a life of his own anymore. So in the relationship itself, there was no passion anymore. And she couldn't figure out what was wrong. Well, what was wrong was that he gave up his individual passion. So it ended up leaking, that lack of passion ended up leaking in a relationship. So the first step to bring passion in a relationship is to see what you've given up in your own life and bring that sense of passion back so you could bring it back to the relationship. Another thing you need to do to keep passion alive in a relationship is that you need to keep things fresh, keep things new. When you first started dating each other, you probably, said, hey, let's go to a concert, or let's go up and have a picnic up in the mountains, and let's try something new. But then what happens over time? Well, we've already been to a concert. Let's not do the picnic. We're already together. What's the point of the picnic? I don't have to win her over. Well, there's even more point to the picnic at that point. There's even more point to doing something adventurous and new at that point. And that is when you do these type of things and you do some of the things that you first started doing when you were dating in the initial part of the relationship, you are then bringing passion back to the relationship, which is absolutely essential. Don't give up on the things that you started doing initially in the relationship if you want to keep the passion alive. Things tend to get dead after time. Things get quiet after time. That's just the way that it is sometimes. So do whatever you can do to bring it back. Sometimes little things mean a lot too. You could leave a little note on your spouse's window. Oh, it was so much fun last night. Or get a little card, or bring a flower, or a little text message, just thinking of you, just can't wait till you get home. There's all these small little things that you could do that could help to bring passion back. Another great thing to bring passion back in a relationship is to talk to one another, to make eye contact. Because in time, you're sitting there, maybe your spouse is off, on the computer doing his or her work, and you're sitting there watching TV, or you're on the phone. There's a lack of connection. So if after dinner, you turn off the TV, you close the cell phone, you close the computer, and you just spend time finding out how each other's day was and really connecting with one another, that's one of the best ways that you could bring passion back to a relationship, through that true sense of connection, which gets lost when we get, too distracted by all the other things in our lives that we get distracted by.